One day, as the wandering monk travelled along a winding road, he came upon a weary merchant struggling to push his heavy cart up a steep hill. The wooden wheels groaned under the weight of tightly packed sacks of grain. The merchant gritted his teeth, his face red with effort, sweat dripping from his brow. "Move, you wretched thing," the merchant muttered, shoving the cart with all his might. But the wheels barely budged. The monk stopped and watched for a moment before speaking. "Would you like some help?" he asked, his voice as calm as the wind rustling through the trees. The merchant scoffed. "Help? What good would that do? This cart is too heavy and I have miles to go. No one will push it for me." The monk smiled. "Then let us push it together, even if only for a while." Before the merchant could refuse, the monk stepped forward and placed his hands on the cart. He pushed gently, and with the combined effort, the wheels began to turn. Slowly, step by step, the cart inched forward. The climb was long, and the sun beat down on their backs, but the monk remained steady, his breath calm, his strength unwavering. The merchant, at first too proud to speak, stole glances at the monk, this stranger who had no reason to help, yet did so without hesitation. At last, they reached the top of the hill. The merchant let out a deep breath, resting his hands on his knees. "I didn't think we'd make it." The monk wiped the dust from his robe. "It is easier when the weight is shared." The merchant looked at the cart, then at the monk. "You had no reason to stop, no reward to gain. Why help me?" The monk gestured to the road ahead. "A journey is not measured by the distance we travel, but by the kindness we leave behind." The merchant was silent for a moment, then let out a small chuckle. "I have spent my days guarding my goods, fearing thieves and cheats. I have always thought that the world is harsh, and so I must be harsher. But now I wonder, perhaps I have been carrying more than just grain." The monk nodded. "A burden carried in the heart is often heavier than the one carried on the back." The merchant straightened, his burden no lighter, yet somehow easier to bear. The monk smiled, gave a small bow, and continued on his journey, his footprints soon fading into the dust. As the merchant watched him disappear down the road, he found himself smiling, a rare, genuine smile. So, dear listener, whose burden can you help lighten today? Even the smallest kindness can lift a great weight.